All right, folks, this is Jack Newtown here, and we are live on the broadcast. Hope everyone is doing well, doing fine, doing okay. I'm kind of waiting on Donna a little bit to get on here. I think I did send her a link to it, so she should be there. She is, and there. Let me bring her in. Let me do this. Donna,
Hola. Good evening, everyone. Good
I
evening.
was
Good evening.
I noticed that you got some updates on in regards to this Instagram supermodel named Miss Mercedes Morr that was murdered by some killer.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to figure out what type of relation they may or may not have.
Correct.
And we're getting a bunch of things. You know, we're not really getting straight to the point. We're only getting conspiracy theories, allegations, alleged, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, can you boost us on the update on what's going on?
Okay, first I want to say, oh, thank you so much, Jack, for doing this on your channel and stuff, doing this update because I was just going crazy. I was like, just missing pieces to the puzzle and everything. And you give good, insight. And I was like, can we talk about this on your channel? So thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get it. All right, so I have an article here. I'm going to really briefly read this article, a little bit of on the update. Then afterwards, Jack is going to kick on some audio, and you're going to audio, so you get to see it was audio, video clip, so you get to see, and we're going to listen to the father when he talks about everything. So we're going to start getting a little bit more pieces to this whole puzzle of this lady, this Instagram model, because this is really sad. This shouldn't have had happened. So everybody who's here, please voice your opinions. Feel free. Let us know, what do you think? What do you think of the whole thing? All right. Jack, do you have a picture of her that you could put up? A
Yeah,
picture of her?
let me pull this up. I think I do. Let's just give her. There it is, right there. Bam. That's the one I kind of liked.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, you're a man. All right, here we go. Let me get some more lights here. I'm so sorry there. All right, Houston Instagram model. What is it? It's Janae Gagnier. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Excuse me if I'm saying it wrong.
Mhm.
All right. Houston, Texas. The mother and the father of Janae Gagnier, the Instagram star who was known as millions to Miss Mercedes Moore, said that she said that they've lost the brightest light in their family. She's a person that was our baby, said her mother, Janetta Gover. I guess she had got remarried. For the first time since Janae's murder, her parents talked with Eyewitness News reporter Stefani, and they described their oldest daughter as a dependable and lovable big sister and daddy's girl and her mother's best friend. She was so famous in her world and so loved in ours. That's what the mother said. Across Houston, Janae became famous in the entertainment industry. Her stunning and daring photos on Instagram drew hundreds and thousands of likes. These women like everybody liked her. Okay. All right, this is something else that the father has said. It scares the hell out of me, said her father, Mark. And my daughter was beautiful. That scared the hell out of me. And she kept trying to get more and more beautiful. She worked on it so hard. Sound like we talking about a lot of surgeries. That scared the hell out of me. But even with the fear in his pocket, her father imagined. What he would, all right, what he walked into when he arrived to his 33-year-old daughter's apartment Sunday evening. He rushed there concerned after family had not heard from her all weekend. Okay, so he rushed on over there because they didn't hear from her. I know my daughter, and when I got to my daughter's house and it was locked up, she she's not answering my phone calls, which is not like her. I knew something was up. So I didn't hesitate to kick the door down. That's what the father had to do. And what I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through. His daughter was dead at the bottom of the stairs. A heartbroken father thought it could not have been an accident, but upstairs, him and his girlfriend found Janae's killer. So the killer is upstairs, Jack. So he comes inside. He sees the daughter on the floor. He hears a noise, and the killer's upstairs. And the killer's name is Kevin Acosto. I think it's Acosto, something like that.
Something,
30.
some,
Yeah,
I think he's
it's
Cuban or some crap like that.
yeah, Acarto. I think it's Acarto. Not too sure. Okay, 34. And had a knife in his neck. The investigator said he stabbed himself. He was twitching and gurgling, the father said. I could look in the room and there was writing all over the wall. Oh, you can show them that the writing that we talking about that
Oh
was all over
yeah,
the wall?
yeah.
If
Here's
you
an
can.
example of this. I was used for money.
Mhm.
That's one of them.
Mhm.
I should have stayed in Florida. And the third one is I wish I never loved her. This, well, I don't know what the hell that is. What possessed me? I can't really figure
I know
that
it's
out.
it's yeah, it is kind of tricky. I wish I never loved her. Did something something who possessed, oh gosh. And even one of the comments, I think even said sorry to the landlord. It sounded like he said sorry to the land. This man is insane. Okay, let me finish reading. Penned with lipstick. So he did this with lipstick and a pen. And rambling notes containing confessions, apologies, professing love for Gina. Oh gosh, might be saying wrong. A woman who investigators do not believe them two had anything, going on. They didn't know each other. This is what they saying. They keep saying
Now
the same thing.
that's what they claim. Now we don't know that. I mean, they can just be saying it to protect her. Because think about it. How was he able to get into this gated area? And then they said there was no sign of forced entry.
Well, you have a point there, Jack. But then, as we're gonna listen to the audio, the way the father's talking, I'm seeing things a little bit differently. I mean, but that is the main
I
puzzle.
mean,
How did he
if
get
it
in
was
there?
my daughter, I would have tried my best to clean it up. And that's just
Well,
I mean, as a father,
hey, Dome, you got a point. You got a point.
and I'm not saying he did or didn't do it, but it's kind of strange. He had a knife up the neck and he was upstairs. Now, I found a man with a knife in the neck. I would have finished the job.
Oh no, he did. He stabbed something, but he was
No, no,
gurgling and
no.
dying.
I would have finished the job.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Me,
Gotcha.
me,
Gotcha.
me,
Gotcha.
me, right here.
All right. Well, I'll resume the rest of this article. I'm gonna finish up, everybody. It's gonna be brief because we gotta listen to the audio. Audio's loud, long. Okay. Her family believes Akarta was just a crazed follower who stalked her and somehow found her. That's what the parents are saying, Jack. I don't know how he found her, and I don't know how all this happened, said the father. As the news spread quickly over social media Sunday regarding the death of the Instagram star, so did rumors. It went from false accusations of HIV or COVID. Dad, these people is wicked on social media.
HIV.
Yes, they were saying that. These people are
Oh
wicked on social media.
man.
HIV or COVID to other things, said the father. And her parents said that the rumors flooding the internet made that much more difficult to mourn the loss of their daughter. Am I echoing?
No, you good.
I'm echoing on my side, but I'll finish this article and then fix it. Okay. The medical examiner ruled that Janae's death was a homicide. She was strangled and suffered a traumatic concussion. The Fort Bend County medical examiner confirmed. Richmond investigators are working to figure out how Acosto found her and got into her apartment. That is the main thing. How did he get in that apartment? All right, I'm done reading this article here. Like, if you want to if you have something to say and kick on audio, cause oh,
Yeah, yeah. Before we
okay,
play the audio, I mean,
okay.
again, I know, I know everybody's entitled to their opinion. I know Willie D done caught some flack from what he assumed what could be, but Willie D's from Houston. Willie D's in his 50s. He knows some stuff, So I ain't gonna knock that brother's opinion away. What's going on, Nikki? What's going on, Dome? And after I play the audio and all the other stuff, then I'm gonna get people if they want to get on the panel and want to discuss this a little bit more. Because again, this is not cut and dry. It's not cut and dry at all. This is some. I mean, my thing is, how was he able to get in there?
Yeah, that's the main question. That right there.
How did he get access?
How did he get in there?
I mean, and you think you have cameras everywhere, like the Ring doorbell or something of that nature, and then people said she wouldn't dare be caught with a man like that. Look, and I know the parents said that. I said, look, you don't know your kids until you get a microphone and a camera hitting. Then you'll know what your kids really is. Nick is claiming that she let him in. That I don't know, but you don't know your kids until you get a camera.
We don't know, Nick, and we don't know. This is crazy. I'm sorry, I mean scream.
It's okay. Mm-hmm. But we don't know what your kids really are until you put a camera and a microphone hitting around them. Then you'll find out what your kids really are.
Yeah, that's sad.
So
you're right about
with the parents saying she wouldn't dare be caught with a man like that, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know what she been doing. You don't know what she got in on the slick. And I'm not saying that's bad or good, but I'm just saying, look, you don't know your kids the way you think you know your kids. Just like with what's that woman name? I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. Sweet Ma, that when she was talking about she was gay and etc. and her mama aunt didn't know this and she put her own self on blast. That's an example. You don't know them until they actually tell you or you find out. Don't know your kids unless they tell you or unless you find out, unless that paperwork comes. Then you know what your kids are. Same thing. You don't know who your parents are until the paperwork comes up.
Wow.
So, and yeah. Hey, Friday night, Nikki. Friday night. Car talk. Friday night. Car talk on Friday night. 8:00 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow night. Oh yeah. Might as well. What's her name gonna try to interview the T? Tasha K?
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
if the girl does it,
Well, she gonna. Hey, this is Tasha K. Donna. She gonna do it. She gonna try to make herself look all pristine and like she innocent. They both wrong. They both in the wrong. Up there. I ain't gonna go any further. We're gonna do it Friday night. 8:00 p.m. Central Time. Car talk. 8:00 p.m. Central Time.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut it off.
Jack, let's be nice. Let's get to this lady.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm cutting it off. That's what I'm being.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Let's focus on her right now.
Okay, we are focused. We focus like a laser beam.
Of course. I can't. I'm done. Okay. Everybody's let you know that, Jack and I kind of see this whole situation a little bit differently, but that's just how we are. We could agree to disagree. So, okay. So I'm going to share, Jack. I just pressed the share and it will share the screen. Mm-hmm. And I can still see everybody. All right. This is so awesome. You can still do it. Okay. I didn't even know this one. Hopefully.
Y'all give Donna a second, people. There it is. I see it. I add to the stream. Hold on, let me take this off.
Okay, awesome. This is awesome. Okay. All right. Is it bigger?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. Okay, this is the audio, and this is the audio basically from the parents, what they have to say. The parents on Instagram personality. What I was saying. Oh, don't worry about this one. Whatever. This is the audio of the parents. We get to hear what the parents have to say about this whole situation. Ready? Go.
Her and loved her. She was sweet with them.
Is the audio good?
She took care of
yeah, you might want to turn your mic up a little more.
My baby's gone.
Oh.
From a tragic event that didn't have to happen. And
Is that better?
Turn it up a little more.
You know what? I'm on the headset.
Oh, okay.
That's probably why.
As a father, you don't ever prepare yourself what you found. How are
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I'm on the head. I'm using headset.
Okay.
First
Okay.
insight when I went into my
Well,
daughter's
just get close
You
to
know
the
what?
speaker.
and saw
You know
her
what?
there. Anger took over.
Let me see if I could take it off.
I'm sorry.
Sadness
Sadness took over real quick. My
Do
girlfriend,
you
bless her
want
little
me
heart
to
at the
you want
time.
me to play it instead?
I'm gonna take it off this headset. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it off the headset.
One moment, people. We like I said, we're doing unique technologies.
Okay. I'm learning this. Okay.
And we don't hear nothing. We don't hear anything. We don't hear any sound.
how are you dealing?
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear it now.
I mean,
Oh, okay. All right. I finally figured out.
your first insight.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, that's fine. The way you had it was just fine.
That was our baby. And as many people in Houston knew her and loved her, she was as sweet with them as she is with us. She took care of people. She was just a sweetheart. And my baby's gone from a tragic event that didn't have to happen. And it's just dangerous.
Mark, Sunday afternoon, you went to your daughter's apartment, and I mean, as a father, you don't ever prepare yourself what you found. How are you dealing?
I mean, your first insight when I went into my daughter's apartment and saw her there, anger took over. Well, I'm sorry. Sadness took over real quick. My girlfriend, bless her little heart, at the time ran upstairs, saw the guy still in there. Anger took over. And she's crying hysterically. I'm mad as can be, especially because the guy's still up there. My girlfriend later on asked me, why didn't you cry at first? And I said, I didn't cry because I was so mad and upset that this guy, even though he was committing suicide at the time, was in my daughter's house. My daughter's dead on the floor. And I don't know what he did. I just knew that it was somebody that my daughter doesn't associate with, and not because of the person he was or is my daughter. We keep her private. Nobody, not even her real friends, really knew her name. I've moved my daughter 3 times just because of my insecurities.
Oh, pause that.
Of course, but she doesn't have friends by her house.
Yes.
He moved his daughter around 3 times. Why he did that?
See, that's another red flag, Jack. You notice that he had it 3 times. Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I mean, why would you move your daughter around 3 times? What you got going on that she may catch some smoke from?
Yeah, or red flag.
Yeah, it's a big red flag. What you moving your daughter around 3 damn times? if you that so scared of her, you need you to move her back into the house. Moved her back into the house until she got married.
Yeah, moved her 3 times. And why there was no cameras in her house? And
now Nikki is I don't know if it's true. She said he was her pimp. Who was the pimp? The dad or the killer?
Yeah, which one are we talking about? What are you talking about?
Betty, hold on. Let me do this. Nikki, you want to jump up on here real quick? Because I think people need to hear this. Oh, the dad. Well, there's the link, Nikki, if you want to jump on here and kind of explain that. because that's something I like to hear. You get up on here, Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki, that was a bit of a red flag. I think I know what Nikki's heading to, what she's thinking, because just weird. Okay, I will resume because this is a long audio.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I know my daughter, and when I got to my daughter's house, and it was locked up, and she's not answering my phone, which is not like her, I knew something was up, so I didn't hesitate to kick the door down.
Okay, can you pause that for a second? Hold on. Pause it. Yeah. I'm just gonna give you here's up, Joseph. Look, we ain't gonna play that game. The Masonic, Luciferian, Colin parents know 100% what happened. We don't. Nah, we ain't playing that game. I'll give you. I'll let you pass on that one. But if any more of that kind of talk, we just got to get you out of here. Just go ahead, Don. Continue.
Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing is, which is even more hurtful, is I'm glad you reached out to us, was that news stories and calls and everything started popping up without reaching out to the parents, without reaching out for information. And it went from false accusations of HIV or COVID to other things, and nobody even reached out to talk to us. So when I was contacted, I'm here to set the story straight, let everybody know what happened. Janae was very loved, and she's probably loved more than we would have thought of. I knew my daughter had a large following, and I knew she had some friends that, in not high places, but friends that were influential. I didn't know all the love that she had, and hopefully we're able to, give her a memorial or do something for her in a way that everybody is happy with, and everybody will be able to have closure like we want closure.
Yeah, we just want a respectful service. Again, she's a human being, and we just were not wanting to see the disrespectful comments that were on social media. It was horrific.
Nikki up in the house.
Hey.
Hey, beautiful. Oh, let me pause this for a second. Hold a second. I'm sorry. All right, tacos.
Taco, yes, Thursday.
Hey, Donna, you're
Jack.
echoing.
Oh,
how's it going, Nikki?
All right, let me go back.
Am I echoing?
You're not echoing. Donna was.
Okay. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, so what I was saying, I'm sorry for, breaking in like this.
No, you good. I send in the link and you jump on in.
It's weird what the parents are saying because none of that matches what she was actually doing. And then there were two different stories that were told because there's another video where the parents actually went over there on the same day and moved her stuff out.
The parents move all her stuff out on the same day?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's weird. That is some weird stuff.
Yes. And so now they're saying on the news clips, it says that there was no sign of forced entry. But you see on both clips of the parents where the father says he kicked the door in. But then he just said that his girlfriend had went up there. So which one is it? Which one is it? Because if your girlfriend went in the house, if you kicked the door in, how did your girlfriend get in the house before you? And you're downstairs.
Wait a minute, I'm lost, Nikki. I thought it was said that him and his girlfriend went to the house together, right?
Did you? Okay, rewind this. Because he's saying it here. He's saying it here, but on the other clip that y'all, I don't know if y'all have it, he never even mentioned the girlfriend going upstairs.
Oh, okay. Let me. I'm gonna share it again.
It's so two sorry. Different interviews, I think, on 2 different days.
Okay.
Dawn's claiming that she let him in.
I think she did. She had to let him in. How did he get in?
Yeah. Stay on that 3 minutes and 48-second part, Donna.
You think he climbed that gate? Absolutely.
Look, I don't know. You
Absolutely
know,
not.
I no idea.
Somebody might have buzzed him in also. That's also but if the father is on the news saying he's the one that kicked the door in,
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
there would have been a sign of forced entry on the other guy if he wanted her.
Right, but they're saying there was no sign of forced entry on the man. How would the authorities know whose part it was on? You see what I'm saying? But the father is the one that is saying that the forced entry came from him. But the authorities and the news is saying there was no, well, the news is saying there was no sign of forced entry when the
And they
father is
move all
clearly
the stuff
saying
out without letting the police investigate her items.
exactly. Exact. They move their stuff out. There's
Oh,
another clip to this. There's an original clip, and this has to be a second one. It has to be a different day because it looks like they're even dressed different.
but wait a minute, Nikki. You saying that they busted the house and they took stuff out?
The door was already open. What I'm saying, after everything happened,
Uh-huh.
the parents went there and moved the stuff out. That's on a, I don't know if that's on this same clip, but the clip that I saw. Yeah, they moved her stuff out. Remember, the father just said that they kept moving her around and around. And that's why I said he was her pimp. He had to be. I mean, not necessarily. That's my speculation. I know they're
Hmm.
going through a hard time, but he knew what his daughter was doing and he was involved. And the thing about it is that what they're saying really doesn't make any sense because why would the father just go over there and kick the door in and then not
Unless
go
unless he's
in?
checking, unless
Exactly.
like a pimp
And
checking on his product.
then not go
Oh,
in the house.
shoot.
And then he didn't go and he just said he wasn't the one that went in the house. His girlfriend went in the house. He just said that on this. Y'all gotta listen to that again. Just
All right, I'll resume that. Let me resume it because this is a long one.
okay. I'm gonna
Yo,
push mute.
Nikki, you on point. Okay, go on.
On Instagram. Tell us about the Janae that you all know.
She's my baby. She was so kind. I mean, she was just always, I will say she was very protective of us. I'll say that.
She was definitely
So,
protective of
They
her
are
mom.
so unbothered. They are so
I could never
unbothered.
say anything, not that I would, anything about her mom without Janae saying dad, or anybody actually, without saying dad. Janae was her mama's baby. Janae was that attitude and that directness was me. Janae was funny, she was goofy, and she was always a good time. The whole family, I mean, is Janae going to be around? Is Janae going to be around? Is Janae going to be around? Because Janae was just the life of the party, even with the family. Getting her to do things, I had to climb down her all the time, but that was my kid, and I loved her.
yeah, just a son, a ray of sun. She's just fun to hang out with.
Hard-headed, but that was my kid, and I loved her.
Mark, for you, and you said this earlier, you always kept Janae close. She lived about 2 miles from you, and although she, she liked to party, and obviously not Richmond is not where the party is happening, right? You kept her close. You wanted to protect her.
He's having anxiety right now.
To be the one to find her after she had been attacked.
He's having pimp anxiety.
There. Although it's not your fault, how do you kind of deal with that pain?
I told, and my youngest daughter and Janae are close, and she took it bad. And she would normally call me if like Janae Janae could not answer her call. And me and my girlfriend had left for 2 weeks. Janae called me before I left on vacation and said, Daddy, I'm moving. I need you to help me move. And I've been helping her move so many damn times my back hurts. But
can you pause there for a second?
when you get back, I'm moving to a new house. I need you to cook me dinner for the week. And that was always the joke.
Yes, sir.
Now, here, look at this. Now, if my thing is, if all these 2 million people love her, men, so-called men.
Why was she calling her father to help her move?
Yeah, she could got a couple of
Right.
thirsty brothers to move
She could have
everything in,
actually
cook a
no.
dinner, clean
Here's
up
something
car,
else. Here's
paint her
something
nails,
else. Now,
everything.
she could have hired a moving company. Okay.
No, she could have got two
hired.
thirsty brothers that move that stuff in and gave them a couple of photos of her butt.
No. You don't want those people to know where you live at. No, she
Well,
had enough
well, that's
money.
true. Right.
She had enough money to purchase movers, and they would have went in there, packed up all her stuff. That's why I'm not understanding why is her father, and he's an older man. I'm not exactly, but if she's 33, let's just say at least he's about 53. Okay, so why is he doing that much moving? Why is he doing all the moving? Who's helping him? And like this story just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. They're so calm and they're just like it's just a sunny, wonderful day, and they're laughing and they're this, that, and the other.
They are very calm. When you look at
it's
the mother,
awkward. The exchange is very
they're
awkward.
under emotional. They're not over emotional. They're under emotional. And the thing is, someone that looks like her can pick up a man. I'm hearing the echo.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Is it me? Let me mute.
I don't hear echo.
But back to what I was saying. I mean, someone to be that good looking can got a man could have done all that for her.
Yeah, no, actually, if you don't want anybody to know where you live at, then maybe not. Then that's what they're trying to say, because remember, the father just got through saying how private they were.
Yes.
Remember, he just.
But why you gotta be so private unless there's some funny business going on?
Because you're gonna put her up.
Well, yeah. Something is definitely going. Now you see, this story is weird, and the parents are not telling the truth. They're not at all. They're not. How can you be that private and all of your privates are all over? Like what? Your privates are I can't imagine my father seeing me like that. I mean, I just cannot imagine. I think something else happened, and the father might be the one that actually did whatever happened. I mean, it's a lot to this story, but it's not adding up. And how quick the parents were to say that she was being stalked. They never even mentioned one time that she was being stalked right here. How would the parents know if she was stalked? Wouldn't the sister have known? Somebody would have had known that she was being stalked before the day she was killed, correct? Somebody would have known. There would have been some type of something.
And this is a gated area. Where are all the cameras at?
Where the cameras?
Where they stop working like the police cams?
Nikki, I was thinking the same thing, because if she was stalked, you tell your girlfriend, oh, this guy, he keeps bothering me, keeps calling me or something.
But they're saying that her and her sister were so close, and he's so close, and he lives 2 miles away. So they would have mentioned that some actions were taken about her being stalked, correct? So what they're saying is that they knew that this man was stalking her. That's what I'm getting. It's like I don't know. This is all speculation though. You know what I'm saying? And she is attracting the wrong crowd. She's attracting the wrong everything. And unfortunately, this does fall on her.
Like Cardi B, she attracted Cardi B. You know, the one that robbed and drugged those men that still needs to be investigation.
Right. But see, nobody can get near Cardi B, right? But this girl is only rolling with her father. That is not a natural thing. You're in the sex business, but your father is over everything.
Mm.
Okay.
Well,
let me
okay,
go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, you bring up good points. It's just such a long audio. Lord have mercy. All right, I'll play.
With Janae wanted dinner every every other week, and she wanted smothered chicken for some odd reason. She couldn't let me eat. I think she's burnt out on seafood. But Janae, or London called me and said Janae hasn't talked to me since Thursday. And then her friends were at the place. I knew something was wrong. I knew at that time something was wrong. I wouldn't have kicked the door in if I didn't know something was wrong. And what I saw did not surprise me at that moment because I knew something was wrong. That's not my daughter. She would call me all the time, talk about, Daddy, I'm checking on you. And I'd be like, no, I'm checking on you. You know, that was our little joke. And I knew something was wrong as soon as I got there.
Yeah, she didn't just not answer. That's not.
Yeah, she does not answer.
At least her parents and her sisters and brothers.
Yes.
She was always responsive. So that was strange. So when I got the call that a friend hadn't heard from her and Mark hadn't heard, and, okay, what's going on? So that's when I talked to Mark and he had,
They way too calm.
no, that's horrific. Being strangled to death is a horrible way to die.
And it's personal.
And my baby's fine.
You got a point. It is personal.
Mm-hmm. Any strangulation is always personal.
And it was horrible. Can't even think about it.
And another thing I wanted to add too about this whole situation, the way she died, she was strangled, correct? Now, it lets me know, I don't know if this really means anything. Like this guy came over, he didn't have the intent to kill. Because normally if you have the intent to kill, there's no weapon. He didn't stab her, he didn't shoot her or nothing like that. They didn't say anything about a weapon. He just strangled her. So I'm getting the feeling that he got in the house, something happened. I'm just making up a scenario. This is all my thoughts and opinions, everybody. Oh, I love you, whatever. And really, get out of here. How you could say this to me after I just traveled? I thought you loved me after everything that happened. And then he snapped and strangled her. See what I'm saying? Because there was no guns, there's no knife. So he didn't have the intent of going out there to kill her. It was like his intent to go out there to express his love and to get her back or something.
Don't say she owed money.
The thing about it is that I'm back to the father, okay? Because yeah, because he's a critical point. Because it's a discrepancy in the story. I'm telling you. Now he says, or the report says that she was downstairs, but the guy was upstairs in the room. Am I correct? Or is it the other way around?
No, she was downstairs at the foot of the stairs, dead. And he claimed he thought she might have fell down the stairs. But then he heard some gurgling, like blood, and he go upstairs. Oh, shoot, this guy had a knife in his neck, and he was dying. The killer.
But how does that? Anyway, I'm still back to the father because he kicked the door in.
That is odd.
He kicked in that door. He kicked in that door because he thought somebody was trying to turn out his product.
He kicked the door in. I think he said he was angry. Remember at the beginning of the video, he said he was angry. The father was angry. Why would you go over there and be angry? And then he just tried to come back and fix it up and say, oh, he was sad.
No, because first thing he would be worried, not angry.
He said he was angry. Remember when he is at the beginning?
Yeah, I know. But he should. I mean, if a father would be worried,
I think he walked in on something because it does not make sense for him to kick the door in, but his girlfriend go in there before he does.
And then take all her stuff without the police and doing a proper investigation. Now, how did the police get notified? Was it notified? Did the father and the girlfriend contact the police, or did they move the stuff out then contact the police?
That's what I'm trying to figure, because all of the reports are saying that the father went in the house with the authorities, and that's not what the father is saying. The father didn't say it. The father said that he kicked the door in. Somehow the girlfriend magically got in there. It's a mess. It's a mess. Did anybody else hear that? Is anybody else hearing what I'm hearing and seeing what
Don't get on here.
I think the father did it. I'm gonna be flat out with you, and that's just my opinion.
You think? But if the father, oh, you saying
He
killed
did
it?
it. I
You
think he
saying
killed both of them.
Because the guy still had a knife in his neck. So what did he do? Did he just let him finish it off, or did he finish him off?
But does that make any sense for somebody to kill themselves and put a knife in their own neck? Come on. Come on.
This don't add up. I'm sorry.
because he
Come
did not come
on.
over there.
Strange.
Nikki, he did not come over there with the intent to kill. There's no
And
gun.
why would he? But wait a minute, Donna. Wait a
Okay,
minute.
okay.
Now, why would the father say that the man was still breathing? You mean to tell me
He didn't say that.
he put a whole knife in his neck, but he was still alive?
That right there was a red flag. Red flag.
And he said his girlfriend is the one that found her, but on the other video, he said he was the one that found her.
Ain't this some crap? Lord
On
have
the other video, there's another video, and that's only like a couple of minutes or something like that. But yeah, and I think they were caught by the news cameras, if I'm not mistaken, moving the stuff out of there. I didn't see them doing that, but I
Mhm.
think it was on the same, on that night, which was like the next day.
Mm. Okay, I'm gonna resume some more of this audio. Yeah, this thing is.
Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
No. This is good. This is good because I'm seeing things differently. Okay.
And I try not to think about it. My first night, we got here at 3 a.m, me and some of my good friends. I mean, I got good friends for 30 years. Went to the place because I kicked the door in. So we had to, after the police left, we had to,
Hold, pause that.
So we went in, just grabbed a couple of things.
So hold on. He said
He
me
said
and
he
three other
grabbed a
guys.
couple of things that night. Wait a minute. He's
3:30 in the
telling.
morning.
All
Let
right,
this play.
I'm
Let
gonna,
this play because he's telling on himself
I'm
again.
I'm gonna
It
rewind that.
was the same night. It was the same night he moved their stuff out. Well, it was kind of like the next day, of course, but you know what I'm saying. It was like right after. Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
I rewind a couple of seconds because I have a 10
Him and
second.
a couple of his
Not to think
buddies.
about it.
What
My
the
first
hell?
night, we got here at 3 a.m, me and some of my good friends. I mean, I got good friends for 30 years. Went to the place because I kicked the door in. So we had to, after the police left, we had to secure the door and stuff. So we went in, just grabbed a couple of things, grabbed some paperwork and stuff, secured the door. I mean, it was just disgusting inside.
What?
And I prepared everybody because I had been there. When we left, I got home that night. If I slept an hour, that might have been it, because when the detective told me that she had been strangled, that's all I can think in my mind is I did not want my daughter to go out in any kind of pain or suffering or any kind of traumatic anything. And I would have been happy with the thought in my mind that he pushed her or she fell down the stairs, because it's quick. And I know that's a bad thought, but I did not want my daughter to be in any kind of struggle, fight, or pain. So I don't know how the guy got into the place, because it was locked up tightly, and my daughter does not open the door for anybody. As short as she is, she still gets up to that peephole and would look just through and make sure it was me. I mean, I had to call my daughter, Janae, let me in. Janae, let me in. So I don't know how he found her. And I don't know how all this happened. That's the only part that I'm waiting on. I know what happened. I know my daughter's dead. And all this other stuff going on social media about she was shot and robbed and all the other stuff. You should be ashamed of yourselves for letting out false information just to get the story and not coming to us and or waiting for the real story.
Right. Let us grieve. We needed to grieve. Initially, her dad found her. Can you imagine what that's like? So for him to have to see that and us process it, he and I to be able to talk about, what are the next steps.
Wait a minute.
We would have
Pause.
appreciated at least that respect.
Okay.
Because they just described. They just said something else. Remember, he said the girlfriend found her. Now they're saying he found her. Now, if she was at the bottom of the steps,
Mm-hmm.
How did the girlfriend get upstairs before he even got in the house?
Mm.
Because remember, he said the girlfriend is the one that told him that the man was still alive. He was still breathing.
I
Oh, this
think
is
he's a cop.
insane. This is
Am
insane.
I
I
wrong?
think he's a
What's
cop.
going on? You think he's a cop?
I can
I think
smell
his
a cop
story
from
isn't
10 miles
adding
away.
up.
Who you
But
talking
he
about?
called his friends. He called
I
his
think he
friends in
used
the
to be a
middle of the
cop.
night.
I think he used to
Oh
be a
yeah,
cop.
yeah. I definitely could tell because something about him, the way he act, cop, military, he got something in him.
But he just said he was angry when he got there. But now on this whole thing, he's so calm and cool, collected. He just acting like he talking about his car broke down or something.
Mm-hmm. No.
And then he called his friends at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay? That is a caper. You understand what I'm talking about? It
Mm.
ain't no reason for nobody to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and to go over to her house and remove her stuff. He was cleaning up. He was, come
Oh,
on. Come on.
you're right. Because people don't just get up
Come
and
on.
like that. You don't call people up.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My friends, they will come over to my house, but they're not going to go over to nobody's house and remove stuff out of the house or whatever. At 3 o'clock in the morning,
If it's a murder investigation,
it's a murder investigation and it's the same day within the same 24 hours, not even 24 hours, not even 10 hours, within the same couple of minutes, and you go over there and you remove stuff. He did it. I'm telling you, he did it. Nah. And the mother, she is just the same as she is even more delusional. She just happy, like it's just such a sunny, fresh day. Like she is just talking about her garden or something.
Yeah, because I don't see one tear from none of them. It's like sociopaths. They just so calm.
Well, they don't have to
They don't
cry.
have
They don't have to cry, but why are they so?
Yeah, I mean, not saying like I'm not saying they got to be pouring crying, but I don't see watery eyes. I don't see like hesitation in your voice, like nothing, no emotion.
Right, like they can't talk about it, like they're disturbed.
Yeah,
Nothing. You're
nothing.
getting nothing from these people.
This is not like a
And
death that happened 15 years ago and they talking about it. I can understand, but this just
there's
happened
no proof.
yesterday.
There's no proof that that man killed her. There's no proof that this was a murder suicide. It was not. And if it comes out that he's a police officer, that tells you that he knows what goes on at a scene.
Ooh,
Now,
bingo.
I don't know if he's a police officer, but everything is pointing to him. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, but that's just my total belief from me looking at all of this.
yeah, moving her
And
3 times. That
when
that
he, when
sounds
he,
like copish.
right, right. And he knew what she was doing, but they just put her up there like she was Miss Murray Sunshine. She was the life of the party. I'm sure she was the life of the party.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the family reunions.
Oh,
In
Jack.
front of all her uncles, in front of all her, like that is disgusting. What's really going on here? It sounds like he was in a blind rage to me because remember the first thing he said he was when he got there was angry. These are his own words, not mine.
Kick the door down. That's.
Wow,
It wasn't like he said I heard screaming and I bust the door down.
exactly. There was no reason for Donna. There was no reason for him to kick the door in. And why didn't he alert the authorities first? Saying, like, can you go over there? Can you do a welfare check? So now on the news, they're trying to play it like it was a welfare check. And he went in with the police when clearly that's not what happened. That's not what he's saying happened. They're saying that it was a welfare check. He didn't call the police before he got there. That's not what he's saying. The news is saying something totally opposite than what this man is saying out of his own mouth. And he needs to shut up because I would I would draw up some papers on him. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh,
But they didn't investigate him because like you said, that would make sense if he is a police officer because all of the news outlets are repeating everything that they're saying. it was a murder suicide. Somebody was stalking her, and there's no proof of either one. There's no proof. There's no proof of a stalker. There's no proof of a murder suicide. We just know that both of them are dead. And we know that the father was there and he was the one that kicked the door in. But the news is saying that there was no sign of forced entry.
All right.
How
Well,
would they?
Nikki, help me to understand. What do you think of all this writing on the wall? What do you think of that?
I don't know where that came from. I haven't seen that. Where'd you get that from?
That was in the Daily Mail. They were showing pictures. Jack, can you do an overlay with the writing on the wall? You put Nikki can see it. Can you do
Oh,
it?
I wish I never loved. Oh my.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
more
one.
setup. That's setup stuff. Come on now. That is setup. I should have stayed in Florida. Come on. Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I would say do handwriting tests on him.
And
That's what I would say.
and also those men that came in there to help move. Everybody need to be checked.
And the men, yep, everybody that was in there because for the simple fact they could contaminated a scene. Who told them that the investigation was over? You understand? You're
You're
saying that
right.
there was
They might have did cleaning up as well as
right.
fabricated. And like I said, that's why I say he's a copper because obviously he got good connections.
Right, because who listen, we got good friends. I got good friends. They gonna do a lot for me. Okay. But to get up and move in the middle of the night,
Yeah, people we
absolutely
got good
not.
friends, but if I call somebody 3 something tonight, they're gonna be like, Donna, this better be serious. You just woke me up.
It better be serious. And it's not, the daughter is already dead. You see what I'm saying? What papers and things would the father need out of that house, and how would he know to where to go get it from? You see what I'm saying? So none of that even makes any sense. None of that makes any sense. Yeah, yeah, okay. He went and got his posse over there, and the police pretty much are not going to investigate, unfortunately, because of the type of person she was and because of what she was
You're right.
into.
They're not
They're
gonna.
not.
They just gonna let it
Right.
rest with this and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
The guy's
Yep.
dead. He's dead.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Because it really doesn't make any sense to say that he was still killing himself and you found him upstairs. He was still breathing. That don't even make sense. And nobody is gonna, I mean, I'm not gonna say nobody, but come on now, you stabbed yourself in the neck.
That
Like
is
whose
weird.
knife was it? Whose knife was it? Was it her knife? Or was it his knife? Because they're saying that she was strangled and he got cut in the neck. So that's
Yeah,
why
that's like why was
staged.
he upstairs? He was upstairs. I'm assuming the kitchen is downstairs. So why was he
Right.
upstairs holding a
How
knife?
did the knife get up there? And she was strangled. Why didn't he stab her? If
See,
she was strangled, why
when
would
he
he
came to that
get
house,
stabbed in the neck?
Nikki, just like I said, when he came to that house, he did not have the intent to kill because he didn't have no gun. Usually, when guys, if they stalk you, they want to kill you, they got some sort of weapon, correct? He didn't have no weapon, but he strangled her. So he strangled her because something jumped off. If he did strangle her, you know what I'm saying? If he did strangle her, something set him
Hmm.
off. But he was just upstairs, just chilling. And
Right. What was he
that,
doing upstairs?
He
Like, yeah,
said he
that's
was
very.
angry, so I would think he would have finished the job if he was that angry.
Who, the father?
Yeah.
Of course, that's what he did. He busted in the house somehow or another. She can't, because the thing about it is, if you bust in the house, okay, so that doesn't even make any sense, right? Because if she's at the bottom of the steps, right? How did the man get in the house? You see what I'm saying? Like it just seems like he was already in there. She was, the father somehow caught her, right there at the steps. And then somehow, why would the man get the knife out the drawer and then go upstairs and then stab himself in the neck if the girl is downstairs at the bottom of the steps?
and
That don't
she's
even
dead.
make
So
sense.
why is he upstairs walking around with a knife? And then when dad come busting through the door, oh my God, let me stab my neck. You know what, Nikki? This whole thing don't make no sense. Somebody is a lot of
Right.
people lying.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Y'all go ahead, press play. Maybe I did too much talking, but that's just my theory on this.
You got some
get that. Okay. And so, again, the social media discussions and all the ins and outs of that was hurtful. And we're here to set the record straight. She didn't know this guy. He was a random person, and he killed her, and he killed himself.
How do they know that? How do they know that?
We want to celebrate her life. We will do that. So that's what we're here to do.
Talk to Janae right now.
And I never had a serious moment unless I was scolding her about almost everything. Because that's just our relationship. Everything was fun with us. I mean, Janae was just a joy.
Yeah.
She was a beautiful kid. I mean, she looks just like me.
No.
She's a beautiful kid. I mean, she was just my baby. That's my first. And I love all my children. But she was just a joy to have around at all times. I love her.
But look at how he's saying she was a joy. He looks like
Enjoy
it's
to have
a
around,
disgust
but
to him.
then have to move her 3 times. What kind of nonsense is that?
But his face is
And what I would
twisted
say to
up
her
like it was
baby,
like she was
we're
really
here.
disgusted.
Whatever you need. I know and again, it's just tragic because it's somebody she didn't know. So her being so careful, it didn't help at that point.
They don't know who she knew.
I missed her and
they
love her.
don't know that. How do they know that?
Wish we could see her again.
Doesn't make sense.
It's just you and Janae right now here in Houston.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, my mom's out here.
What were some of your favorite things about your daughter?
But that bundle of joy, I mean, every time she came around, it was, Dad, I'm hungry. Dad, let's do this. I mean, everything about Janae was fun. And when you get to a point and you raise your children and you tell them everything they need to know, then you let them go off on their own, and now you can just have fun with them. That's the point I was to with all my girls. About 2 months ago, my youngest came down, and 3 of her friends came down to hang out with Janae. They all come by the house 2 nights in a row. I mean, you can finally eat and have a good time with your kids. And all we did was, talk at the table, have a good time, laugh, and all that. And I'm going to really miss that. Because, I mean, Janae would come by, and my girlfriend has a 7-year-old daughter. And they would play. They would have water fights. They would play. I mean, just goofy. Janae was a goofy kid. I mean, everybody saw the business side of her and the I'm so sexy side of her. But Janae was a big kid at heart. And she has videos. If you see the pictures of her and Janae having a pool party, dressing up like cowboys, I mean, it's just silly and goofy. Janae would come over with her daughter and play dolls together. I mean, and I'd just sit on the phone like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. That's my daughter. But that was Janae.
She's fun. She was fun.
I really want people to, I learned this morning that you were the one who found her.
Yes, ma'am.
You said earlier.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Kick that door down.
Look at his face, how he's getting nervous because he's asking famous questions.
His face. Now listen, he just said he was, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. That's my daughter. He just said that out his mouth.
Resume. Look at him, he's nervous.
You said earlier today it's been fun to you. Kick that door down. And I know you said you weren't shocked. You found because you knew something was wrong, but what did you feel in that moment? What do you feel in this moment when you're not going to see your daughter again? How do you?
My daughter was on the ground and my girlfriend was hysterical. My daughter was on the ground. It looked to me like she fell down the stairs. And at that moment, I thought Janae had an accident and fell down the stairs. But, Janae, like to...
Wait a minute. Pause.
She looked like she had came home.
Yes.
Pause. Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Didn't he just say again that his girlfriend was the one that found them?
He says,
did I?
No, I think he just said his girlfriend was hysterical because she was on the floor, like the crime scene. Oh, maybe you want me to rewind it? Want to rewind that part?
No. Keep going. Press play. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Was getting undressed and fell down the stairs. So I was like, baby, run upstairs. Just haven't covered your neck yet. You know, and I kind of like turned away when she ran upstairs and saw the guy. Then I realized it wasn't an accident. And I'm almost okay in my mind. I mean, I know reality, and I'm almost getting okay in my mind about something that happens by an accident or something that happens like a death or like if you're sickness and stuff. That in my mind is not okay, but it happens. It's life. I'm not okay with murder. Okay. So as soon as she ran upstairs and saw the guy, that's when my anger level got so bad.
Oh, she went upstairs.
That all I could feel was hot anger. And all I could do was just sit there and watch him till the police got there.
Okay.
He was twitching. He was gurgling. I could look in the room. There's writing all over the walls. He was there for like 2 or 3 days, or 2 days, I'm sorry. Writing on the walls, bleeding out. There's blood all over the apartment, bleeding out all over the apartment. And supposedly when I kicked in the door, he ended his life. He tried to end his life. And of course he ended his life. But
Right.
for me to see that.
Okay. I told you he killed him. I told you he was he's the
Sit
killer.
there for the whole day, waiting for everything to be done.
All right.
I didn't really get affected till the.
I know this is all our thoughts and opinion, but Nikki, what do you think might have happened? That's all our thoughts and opinion. Anybody's watching replay, y'all don't get all bent or twisted out of her statements. You know what I mean?
I think he did it. I think the father did it.
Before y'all say that, hey, don't worry about that. You know, if someone got a problem with this broadcast, they just gonna email me at jackradioshow, the number one at gmail.com. You got a problem with anybody coming on here saying what they want to say. If they got a problem with that, your mama. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, don't say that. No, I just think he did it because it's like they're giving too much information. They know that their daughter didn't know him and things. It's like they're just saying too much. It's just they have too much information. And how do they know he was in there for a couple of days? How would you know if the man was in there for a couple of days and as soon as you kick the door and oh he kills himself, he ends his life. But the man was upstairs. How do you know that? How?
And he happened to have a knife while he's upstairs. She's already dead downstairs. So what does he need the knife
Thank
to walk
you.
around? Why did he?
What does he need exactly? What does he need a knife for upstairs? And he heard you kicking the door and things of this nature, and that's when he killed himself. So did you see him before he killed himself? No, because you just said that the girlfriend was the one that went upstairs and found him. What did she go up there for? What did the girlfriend go up there for? So you're going to leave your girlfriend. You're so protective over your daughter, but you're going to allow your girlfriend to run upstairs and check the house? Are you serious?
Oh, this is a crime scene. The motherfucker might be in the house. Why would you let him go up? Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Why would you let your girlfriend? You done moved your daughter 40 million 11 times, right? You so protective of your daughter, but you have this crime scene. You didn't pick up the phone and call the police, and your girlfriend ran upstairs to check the house. Okay, please continue. Tell me more. Tell me more.
This is insane. Oh my God. Okay, I'll resume.
Next day, when it kind of like, well, that night, the detective told me she was strangled. I went home that night and just couldn't sleep. And I was up all night, but I wasn't sleeping. I get home yesterday and I get up yesterday and I tried to take a nap, but I kept getting phone calls. I just wasn't sleeping. They came into town last night. We didn't go to midnight last night. I finally got sleeping. I finally kind of calmed down, got sleeping.
He got sleep because it was over. It was a relief for him.
There's all sorts of things going on around in the world, and you always think that you never want to see your kid die. And I want to die before all my kids. And I didn't want my mom to know that her granddaughter died.
He saw her kid. He saw his kid die. He saw her die. Okay.
But to have your daughter murdered is a whole nother story. Especially since she was so famous in her world and so loved in our world that for this to happen, and we don't find out 2 days later, just saddens me so bad.
Yeah.
Because I thought I watched my daughter well. I thought that, I was there for her all the time. I don't know if a day earlier or if anything would have helped, but.
Well, I think for me, I think about what I was doing when she possibly was killed. We're saying Friday, so then you start to run in your head. Oh, I texted her. She didn't come back. We would send her some pictures of the family, and we were, hanging out with some friends, and texted her some pictures. And she'll usually come back and say, "Hey, Mom, you guys are having a good time. What are you guys doing?" And she did not come back. So then, when this all plays out, you start to think, where was I? What was I doing when my baby was being strangled to death and thrown down the stairs? So that's, I think for me, of course, short of seeing that, that's hard for me to think.
She looks too.
What in your life? What were you doing?
She's
you know what I mean?
Talking about something that just happened.
She's being killed, and Saturday goes by. She's laying dead, and we have this man in the apartment.
I see.
Doing whatever. So that is hard, and that'll be hard
years ago, you
to get over and think about. The horrific death of strangulation and my beautiful baby. She's beautiful. I mean, let's be real. It is what it is, And so for someone to snuff out that shining bright light is sad.
The shining bright light that got moved 3 times. Okay.
So
yeah, he got cop and military. Look how he stands. I think too many cops do not know. Look at that stand.
The heart and I was thinking about life without Janae.
It's heavy. It's so heavy. Even now, of course, it's going to take some time. But even now, I think to myself, I need to ask. I was just telling my husband, we were in the car driving back, to the hotel last night, and it's like, I need to ask Janae if I have. And I'm thinking, this was just a normal thing, but now we have to get used to life without her, and that's, makes your heart heavy.
Yeah, no mask.
We're very close. They talked and texted all the time, and that was tough to deal with. And so for us as a family to come together and not have this beautiful light is going to be tough for us all.
What's the number one thing you want people to know about Janae?
Janae had a lot of followers. And I warned Janae about her followers. I mean, some were true followers, some were there for their own reason, and apparently one of them was a little nutty. But Janae was probably the best sister to her brothers and sisters, or her brother and her sisters. She was a handful to a dad. And I love that about her. She kept me on my toes, I swear. She kept me on my toes to where she made me watch out for both my daughters. So Janae was a ball of excitement and activity, and anywhere and everywhere Janae went. My mom, and when my mom was a little younger, they'd hang out more. But even now, my mom would be like, we went somewhere and Janae had these guys looking at her and blah, 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 blah. And every story was, about Janae to my mom, or with my mom. And Janae was just a loved kid that had so much love to give and shared herself and her life with everyone. And Janae could have had 2 or 3 businesses if she wanted to. We've discussed that. I always wanted to, Janae, it's time, you're getting a little bit older, get a business. Janae could have did whatever she wanted, but she loved people so much that she wanted to be out there, having a good time all the time. Her sister would come into town, and London's younger than Janae. But London would be like, Janae's getting tired, and Janae wants to go home. I said, baby, Janae's getting old. London, you're still young. But Janae and London just like to have fun. Celebrate life. Celebrate. Janae, every day with Janae was not a party, but a social event. And Janae couldn't go nowhere, embarrassing, without talking to everybody, meeting everybody, and having fun with everybody. So I had a good time, and life without Janae is
He said talk with everybody, mean everybody. So is he trying to insinuate she was friendly with strangers?
Because one point
Something
he
else.
did say that he
I'm gonna
won't.
go. When we first
Wait a minute, let me pause this.
talked
There was
about,
something he
what
said.
we're gonna
It's
do
the
for
article, maybe it was in this thing. I don't know what it was, but he said something about she was very, very private. Nobody in the house, not even friends. I thought that was weird. Not even friends. No one was at the house. Islau was welcomed in. This whole thing just really don't add up.
And he
But
said
if
she's
you
the life
listen,
of the
he just
party. She's the social
right.
media event, but has no friends.
Yeah, and
But
nobody allowed
listen,
Uh-huh.
no. He just said, if you had listened to earlier, I'm telling you, he's double talking because he just said that her and her friends were over to his house. Didn't he just say
Yep,
that?
that's
Like a
right.
couple of nights ago,
Yep.
he just said her and her child. Anyway, I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead.
Nikki, come
Janae,
on, bring it out.
we thought about keeping it private, keeping it family. And for me, it was for my own selfish reasons because I want to get this over with. I don't want to live this state.
Wow. Boom, there it is. He just
I don't
admitted
want to
to
get the
it.
memory of.
Let's
And
rewind.
for me, it was for my own selfish reasons because I want to get this over with. I don't want to live this day by day by day, And I don't want to get the memory.
What do you mean, get this over with?
I want to get the
He
burial.
said he wanted to keep
Whatever we're
it
going to do,
private.
over with.
He wanted to keep it private.
My
That's
life back to some normalcy to where I can at least think about it and cope
We're
with
trying to
it.
get this over with.
for his
We
own
were talking.
selfish reasons. He just said that.
Both of us. We were talking about Janae had
Only if
so many
somebody was a
fans and so many
killer,
loved people
not say the killer, did something wrong, would say that.
that I know we need to do something bigger. I know we need to do a memorial. We need to let everybody mourn and celebrate Janae's life. We don't know exactly what we're going to do or how we're going to do it, but we're going to do something. And hopefully the people that loved her and partied with her and had a good time with her will come.
And he's doing a lot of
Celebrate
talking,
Janae's
more
life.
than the mothers. Usually the women do more talking. I don't know.
Was and her image on Instagram and 2.6 million followers, knowing she has so many fans.
She got her mama's body, boy.
Oh, it scared the hell out of me. As a father, really, my daughter was beautiful. That scared the hell out of me. And she kept trying to get more and more beautiful. She worked on it hard. That scared the hell out of me. My monthly conversation is, Janae, you have all these followers. Some follow you because they love you. Some follow them because they like your look. Some are crazy and some are obsessed. And I know that's a bad thing to say. And that's why I guarded my daughter. And that's why everything about her was personal. Her friends thought her name was Mercedes Morr. I mean, her friends didn't know where they lived. Janae, when Janae first got to Houston, she lived with me and we lived together for a while. But when she went out on her own, I was like, Janae, she was basically calling me on to get home. And after a while, you get kind of lax and you get kind of used to it. But Janae's business had went from being in the clubs all the time, especially like in Houston. She stopped doing a lot of stuff. Houston and started doing a lot of private stuff. So I got a little bit more comfortable with what she was doing, because everything was
What do you mean
private and or a club where she had security or manager. You got to have Janae security. You have to have this. You have to have that. I questioned Janae on everything. And so I got a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more lax as she got bigger and it got a little bit more professional. I mean, I'm still trying to get her to do. She wanted to do a haircut.
A little bit more professional. What are you talking about? A little bit more professional.
More leggings.
I didn't want to say that, but Jack, that was a little weird.
Big legs or whatever. But that was going to be her company.
Yeah. Well, of course, a mother's relationship and a dad's relationship is a bit different. So for me, of course, I was afraid of the number of followers she had. But for me, she and I were close enough to where, okay, what is it you're doing? We were in depth. Like I knew a lot of what was happening, what she was doing, where she was at. And so for me, I had a different perspective. I knew her dad was here. He was protecting her. She and I had that different conversation, right?
Wrong.
Of being safe and who are the people you're hanging out with. Always be classy. You are who you are. People are always going to, 2 million people, not everybody's going to love you, but you always be classy and always be what we taught you to be. And so for me, we had that different relationship in the fact that I knew we talked about where she was, and she, as her dad said,
Look
she
at her body,
progressed,
like
and
her
she
mama.
was doing her thing, and it didn't have to be, oh, I'm in a club. She wasn't that person. That wasn't her. You saw her on Instagram, and that's what you got. Do you know what I mean? So she was always professional, classy, and she treated people well. So that's why she was so popular. So again, Mother's Day is not going to be the same. I'll tell you that. That's going to be different. Father's Day is not going to be the same. We have to learn to work through it for this beautiful, beautiful person that's not here anymore. But she brought so much to everybody. And as Mark said, we're going to allow folks to, mourn the loss of her. It was initially, okay, let's just keep it to family, but we knew the people that out there that loved her. And those that didn't, you're not invited. So we'll again, we'll have some information out for that soon once we work through some things. As again, we still have an open investigation on who this person was and where he came from. So we still ask for the respect that the family deserves in that regard, and to understand that we too have to have closure, and some things need to happen from the investigation side of the house, and as a family, our grieving process.
I imagine the hardest part about this, or one of the hardest parts about this heartbreaking situation for you, and especially you, Mark, as her father, who's just a few miles down the road, is knowing that a stranger did this, a man did this, who your daughter did not know, took her life. She was not protected.
Hate's a strong word, and anger you can be obsessed with anger. So I try to keep my mind level, because I know this has happened to other people. I try to keep my mind level and not think about that, because I don't want the hatred to build up in my heart towards anybody or anything. But that's a hard thing to deal with. I mean, it's probably bad if somebody does it, but for somebody to get in, you don't know how they got in, snuck in. There wasn't no forced entry. How he got in, I know my daughter didn't let him in. The police say he probably entered through the garage, and I know she would leave her garage open sometimes after she came home. But since it was on a Saturday during the day.
Why would somebody leave their garage open? If it goes by the pictures of how that house looked. Jack, do you have a picture of how the house looked? Do you have one of those, or you want me?
I'll have to look for one. I have to look for one.
Can I send it?
Right. All of the houses had their garages down. All of their garage doors were down. They do not leave their doors open. They don't.
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense. How you leave the garage door open? Are you kidding me?
They don't, because her garage door will be open only if she's coming in or out. You see what I'm? No, absolutely not. They just trying to throw people off of the trail. Nothing they're saying is making sense. Nothing. Not to me, anyway.
Damn. All right, let me resume. It's closed. Yeah, okay, we almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Hang in there, just hang in there.
Where things kind of really happened, and I know that's it, because she talked to one of her friends, or text one of her friends at 11 o'clock. On Saturday. So he had to get in her garage sometime during that day. Then she tried to call back, and Janae wouldn't answer. So it had to happen on Saturday. But for him to slide in and do what he did, his car was not parked in front of her place. His car was parked like 10 spaces down, where he could have just been looking, waiting for an opportune moment. And to know all that, I just try to keep my heart,
His car
still and safe, and still thinking that people are good.
Oh, let me pause.
And it's hard to do right now.
I have walked away. All right. If this is her home, look, you gonna leave your garage door open like that? For somebody just to go up under it? Doesn't make sense.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, look at it.
Absolutely not.
Look at that. That's not the kind of place you would leave your garage door open.
And if there's still an ongoing investigation, again, why did the father go in there and take the stuff out the house?
Yeah, why would you want
If you just went there to lock the door and close the door and this, that, and the other, wouldn't you have done that before you left or whatever? Okay, so the police were still in there. Why would you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do that? Why wouldn't you just wait till the morning?
Yeah, why would
That's
you?
unless it's something that to cover up, or
Yeah, that you have to do it now before the cops get there, and fingerprints
But
and
the
all that.
cops had already been there. I think that you know what I'm thinking? Like he had already done that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking because now they're saying that it was a couple of days time in between. You see what I'm saying? How would he know that? How
Yeah,
would he
because
know that?
they saying is she died Saturday, but Sunday she was discovered. So
Mhm.
that guy was just sleeping in that house and chilling for a day,
Right, right. That doesn't even make any sense.
and then
That
he
doesn't make
decided to get up.
sense.
Yeah, he decided to get up with some lipstick and pens and write all over the wall.
They could listen. They
Okay.
could have picked him up. This is far off, and this is just a theory and things of this nature. Now remember, he wanted to move stuff out the house, and remember, I said they should have hired somebody to do it. Maybe
Mm.
they went and got him. Maybe they went and got that man and just killed him. You see what I'm saying? The daughter was already dead because he already killed the daughter, and they just put that man up there and then just killed him, and it was like, oh, murder suicide. You never know.
so you nigga, so you're saying that the father may have hired this guy
To
to do
help
the
them
job.
move. To help
But
them
then they,
move.
Oh, help him move.
but no,
To
but
help
he's
them
in
move.
Florida, Nikki. He's only in Florida.
We don't,
That's it.
no. That's not true. They said his last known address was in Florida.
Florida.
We don't know where he was. Oh my goodness. This is just a theory. I don't know,
He said I
but
should have stayed in Florida.
that's something the father would write. That's something that the father would have wrote. I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah, that you got a point.
But then there
That's
was a
something.
statement. But Nikki, there was a statement on the wall saying that you used me for my money. What was it? Did you get that picture, Jack? Something about it's the money.
I was used.
I
And then
was.
he went and got a pen. Wait a minute. Then he went and used the crayon.
I
Then
Then
guess
he
he
went
ran
and
out
got
of
a
lipstick.
pen. Oh, is that lipstick, not a crayon?
Oh yeah, the
Lipstick,
lipstick.
whatever. I guess he
And
ran out of that and
so
got him a pen.
the lipstick ran out. Now, how did the lipstick run out? But who knows? Then he went and got a pen. So what they're trying to show is that maybe he had mental,
I
you
never
know,
got lipstick. I got too
mental,
much lipstick.
mental. A lipstick is not going to run out, Donna, right?
Yeah,
A
I got.
lipstick is a lot. There's
I
a lot of lipstick on that, and there would have been enough lipstick to write all that. So he said, "Oh wait, I'm not finished with my statement, so let me go find a pen." Come
Yeah, right.
He
on.
could have used a damn can of campaign and spray and did that.
Well, no, because he didn't listen. Once again, like y'all said, that man didn't bring anything with him. Okay,
Yeah, he
he
did.
was there. He was there to help them move. The man killed him afterwards. I'm telling you, because I need to know what this father does. Because y'all brought up a excellent point. You brought up an excellent point because nobody gonna get up in the middle of the night and do something like that except for a dirty cop squad. I'm sorry.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh
That
Lord.
man went over there to help them because remember she had moved before, right?
Yep, 3 times it says she always got to move.
So she wouldn't need to be in contact with him. The father would.
Hmm.
They need to really invest. Hopefully, they actually do investigate. I doubt they will, but
Yeah, that's the sad part about it, is Nikki. I don't think they're going to investigate it. They're not going to go. They're not going to follow
no.
through with it, and we'll never get the answers. That's the messed up part about it.
And hopefully, I'm wrong about the story, but it's just like they did too much talking.
Yeah, it just
The,
doesn't.
the father is doing way too much talking.
And their expression, the mother and the father's expression, doesn't add up for something that just happened a couple of days ago. That's
And
number
if
one.
the sister,
Right, babe.
right, and if the sister was so in love, Why haven't the sister been on the news? Why have it only been them? And
Yep.
he just said that he called the friend at 11 o'clock at night. So it's like he kind of establishing timelines. He's also establishing alibis because remember, he said he brought the girlfriend over there with him.
And why would you let your girlfriend go upstairs and what's a
and
case?
and discover the body. I seen another story where the guy let the children go in the house and he told them to do something and they were the ones that found the body and he was the one that did it. He was trying to just establish, an alibi or whatever. He traumatized his own children and did that. That's why I'm like these stories tend to be
And he was in
similar.
the apartment for 2 days.
He was right. That
Chilling.
doesn't even make any sense. That just doesn't make any sense at all. How do you know the man was in there for 2 days? How would you know that?
Yeah,
Which
how did
means
you know that?
because the father killed her one day, went and got Jose on the next one. You understand? And that's what happened. Then he killed Jose. And then, okay, Sunday, we're going to say we just found him. And he was in there trying to struggle and this, that, and the other, and whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. That might not be real because if they do have a camera and things of this nature, or what happened, that part might not have happened. That might be a little far fetched, but it doesn't sound right for somebody to just stab themselves in the neck, like because you kicked the door in. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, because a person who's going to kick the door and something had to be happening. Somebody screaming. His daughter called and said, I
Right.
was held hostage or something. He didn't say those words.
Right.
So he
No,
just
he
gonna
did
walk up
not.
to his
It
daughter's
wasn't no
house.
reason for him to kick the door in. It was no reason for him to kick the door in. And once again, he said he was angry when he got there.
Well,
And then he tried to fake and say he was sad. You're not even sad standing right there. Like you
mm.
said, you were angry. And then he said he wants to hurry up and get this over with for his own selfish reasons. And I mean, all types of stuff this man just said. I think they let him keep talking because they are going to turn it over to the police, or the police already have it.
Look like we got two murders. It's not a murder suicide. Might be a
Right.
possibility of two murders. Because one thing, Nikki, I will say is that man did not come over there with no gun, no knife. Usually, if somebody's stalking you, intent to kill, they got a weapon, correct?
They got something. Where's his
Something.
phone? But then the police, if you seen it, the police said we're not releasing any information. The one that's giving out all the information is the father. The police just got on the news and said, "Oh, wait a minute, I don't think that was this one. I'm sorry. This was on what I saw on other reports and things of this nature." He said he's not releasing any information. So all of this is coming from the father, and the information that I think the news has is coming from the father. Because there's no way to know if there was a forced entry or not if the father is the one that kicked the door in, and then he said that when he got there the door was locked. They're only taking his word for it. They would never know. You see what I'm saying? If there was forced entry or anything. But we know there was no forced entry because none of the neighbors said anything. Wouldn't they have seen her door be open or something? I don't know. I don't know. This is
And you,
just more
if we go by the,
speculation.
if we go and picture by the complex of where she live at, bright lights, not too many trees, so you can see people going in and out. You can tell if a garage is open for too long. That's suspicious. So it doesn't
Right.
add up.
That would be a clue. And again, why didn't he call the police before he kicked the door in? Why did he call the police only afterwards? Why did you go over there to kick the door in?
Red flag.
But go ahead. This is just me. I don't know. Hopefully he didn't have anything to do with it.
I don't
Hopefully
know.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, I hope
But
so.
it sounds very, very, very suspect. His posture, the way he's looking, he looks like a cop or used to be a cop or
Military cop, something. One of those things he got.
yeah, he kind of tell by him. Very clean cut.
No electrician, no plumber type job. He got some. Either he was a cop military, something. He knows how to react. He's too planning. You're gonna call your friends up at 3 something. Friends be like, "Hey, you okay? Everything's all right?" Or it has to be something serious. Nobody really calls nobody at something 3 something, whatever. Go.
And
Oh,
usually when you get stuff out like that, you will be escorted by the police.
mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make a lot of sense at all.
Thing though. Well, let me play off the last. I think we got 3 more minutes of it. Yeah, let me play off the 2 minutes. I'm gonna play off the last 2 minutes so we can close this video out. Hold a second.
Is there anything else either of you wanted to add? I know.
We've been getting a bunch of requests. Okay, for our first thing was to do something small. I got family coming out in Morr, and I wanted to get it over with. And we discussed that last night. And then
You keep saying want to get it over with.
Janae had a bunch of friends. And friends want to help in different ways. We're going to set up a GoFundMe. I don't know how we're going to do it, what it's going to say. And if you want to contribute, fine. We're not asking nobody to contribute. But there's a lot of people, if you want to contribute, we'll take all that money, spend it on a celebration for Janae. And we'll open it up to as many people as we can. I mean, her friends, I know her friends want to be around if they want to come help us do whatever. I mean, her mother's going to really be in charge of that because I can't handle it. But we're going to do something. We're just waiting for the body to be released. We're waiting for the coroner to let us know when the body's going to be released. As far as the police investigation, I know my daughter's dead. And I don't know everything that happened. I can see what happened. But as far as investigation, we're waiting to find out who. I mean, we know who. We're to find out why and how. So as soon as I find out why and how, I mean, we might have a little bit more closure. But that's all we want to do. Get this behind us. Think about our daughter with not all this going on anymore.
Yeah. So just some closure. Just give us time and let us process and make some decisions, and we'll allow folks to come and grieve and celebrate her life. So.
Okay, stop.
New customers get our best deals on all smartphones.
My
Right, but what
bad.
if I'm more?
Sorry.
Wow, everybody hit that like button if you haven't already.
Now I want to
done
show y'all the
so.
GoFundMe that
Right,
they
girl.
got for her. Let me pull this up.
A GoFundMe? Are you serious? I would never. Don't. Anyway, just anyway.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
serious.
if anybody wants to donate to
How much
Mrs.
money do they
Mercedes,
have? How much
so
money?
far it's 14,000 out of 5 grand,
Woo!
Wow. How much they were trying to?
5,000.
Oh, so they got 14,000. Okay, and they haven't shut it down. But he just said it's not about money, but they haven't shut it down. Okay, sure.
No, they haven't
Right.
shut it down.
And
Because the names is Team Fundraiser, Charlie Grover and Jeanette Grover are organizing the fundraiser. So that's the father and the mother.
So is he married to the mother and has a girlfriend? Is that what I'm hearing?
Hold on. No,
He's
hold on. Hold on. Let me look at here. No, okay. I guess it's the mother and her step husband. I mean her husband, her stepfather, whatever he is.
okay. Because I would say she just called him Mark. So
Yeah. I crossed it up.
it's okay.
I
No,
mean,
no, no, no. Yeah. Well, good luck with all of that. If she was so popping and had all of this money and things of this nature, then why do you need a GoFundMe?
why ain't Cardi B? Why isn't Cardi B
Well, she's speaking out.
Yeah, what did
Cardi
she
B is
say?
speaking out.
I didn't get a chance to read on that, but what did she happen to say about it?
Not too much. She just pretty much is defending her and things of this
Oh.
nature. Just defending her
Oh, okay.
profession, I guess. And
Okay.
Oh yeah, because we all know Cardi B's profession is to drug and rob men out of their money
well,
Mm,
more
and
it's
out of their
more of
manhood.
defending prostitution and things of this nature because prostitution, the stigma and the criminality is being released. Okay, here where I am, they're actually not arresting prostitutes anymore. So they're not what do they say?
So the question is, who they're
Prosecuting.
going
They're
to
not
arrest?
prosecuting it.
If they're going to arrest, they're going to prosecute the prostitute or the
Nobody.
joint or both.
Nobody. They're not going to arrest anybody on that.
Well, they
They're
shouldn't did it in
simply
the first place. I mean, it's the oldest profession in the world.
Yeah, but see, it has a lot to do with them allowing human trafficking. I don't think I think it's deeper than just saying, okay, we're not gonna prosecute prostitution any longer. But in this instance, they're doing prostitution in front of your face, right? Because remember, it was Backpage. They shut Backpage down. That was pure human trafficking, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you have OnlyFans where you can just have, you know, I mean, anything goes
Which
when
the
it
average
comes to
OnlyFan,
hoes.
which the average OnlyFan user only makes an average of $180 a month.
Really?
Black China is the richest one. She made over $10 million.
See, I don't know. I don't know who's on OnlyFans or not. I know that Monique was on OnlyFans, but she was doing cooking and talking about
Mm-hmm.
exercising
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So, I mean, she was the only like clean cut one that I know that was giving out like good advice, health tips on how to lose weight. But as far as everybody else, it just seemed like they just slutted out. And then
But
even
here's
go
the
ahead.
thing. Yeah, I'm glad you said it, Nick. Here's the thing. Now, this is Dr. Dre's daughter. Look how much money she only got so far. And she's in dire straits. She's alive.
Wow, that's it. She got so.
$8,018 out of the 50,000 that she needed.
And how long has her
I think it's
fundraiser been
been three
going?
weeks.
Wow. Well, she needs to take that 8,000 and make it work because I
Yeah.
mean, 8,000 is a lot of money right now, okay? And she can do a lot with that. Like she can
She
put
need
a
to move
down
out of
payment
California, number one.
right. She can put a down payment on somewhere, rent out the other two rooms, get like a three-bedroom house or something like that, rent out the other two rooms, something. You know what I'm saying? Get some stability to herself. But $8,000 is a lot of money. I mean,
Well, in the
not
state of
really, but it
California,
is.
it won't last long in the state of California.
Right. But I'm pretty sure there's some places in California, like everywhere, that are within budget. She might not want to live there, but you got to start somewhere. You really, it's unfortunate of what her Dr. Dre is doing. But Dr. Dre is really swirled up in the head. And I mean, if you know anything about Dr. Dre, he's having a lot of problems. Like his son committed suicide, allegedly, you know. So he just hasn't really been a family man, except for with that white woman that he was just married
Yep,
to,
that's the only two children that he
that
claims.
he does
If
anything
he
for.
goes to a award
Yeah,
show, he brings those two, and he doesn't care about nothing about his other three daughters from
he
that one
brings his
woman.
white
And then I think he
family.
has another daughter from another woman, and then he got one with Michelle A. But then, like you said, one died. Then there's another child, the light skinned guy that looked just like him. You know what I mean? So what about them? Why when you have the award shows you don't bring your other children? You don't think that affect the children that you do have? You know, I'm not gonna focus on Dr. Dre because I can go in on this one. I want to stick to this woman.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I think he just brought up Dr. Dre because he was just showing the GoFundMe
Oh,
for
okay.
his
All right.
daughter, and he was showing that it wasn't, too much traction going on, with her fundraiser the way it was with this other girl who was, she clearly had a lot of money. That place that she lived in looked like it was very
Mhm.
expensive to live there
Yeah, and I think
because
she did have some money. I think
yeah,
she
when you
wasn't.
have that
She.
type of security and that
Mhm.
type of
Yeah,
gate and
but the
things of this
question is
nature.
why they need to raise a GoFundMe if she had some
And don't
money.
she have an insurance policy? It seemed like she would have one.
Yeah, this is our
Now,
weakness right here.
right. Didn't he
We
just say
we
he
we
went in there to
flawless.
get some papers? He just went in there to say that he just picked some papers up out of her house, right? So
Mhm.
you would think that that's the insurance. Maybe it is. We don't know.
I mean, that's our weakness. We ball out of control when we get a hold some money, but we don't think about what if I die who's going to get my stuff? Who's going to get what? Who's going to, do I have burial insurance? Do I
The
have a plot?
father was in control of everything. I'm pretty sure she had all of that. I'm 100. But why not have a free funeral and then let all the money go to them? Why not? I mean, if she had 2 million followers, why not? That's $1 from each one of them. They can
Yeah,
have two
but we ain't,
million
but
in
they
a
ain't getting
second.
$2 million. If they love her that much, they would have. My thing
Right.
is, they
They
if
can bury her. The
yeah,
fans can bury her. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The fans can bury her, and then the parents would make out like fat rats, okay? Because she didn't have any children. You know what I'm saying? So
and my thing
everything
is
Yep,
is
this.
gonna
no
go to them
children.
anyway. Everything
Everything
is
goes
gonna
to
go to the mother and father.
everything,
Well,
unless
let
she
me
have a
let
Yeah.
me
will, say
while y'all
something
say that,
different.
let me while y'all say that, let me pull this up. Y'all said no kids. She don't have a man. Okay, let's pull this up. Let's look through here. Oh yeah, and she's a nice looking woman. Um,
She was a beautiful woman without all of that surgery and all of that stuff, and this, that, and the other. It looks to me that she looks like maybe her father. Oh wow, yeah, that's that Bug's Life booty, which is an ant's life. I saw that one too. I don't know who that girl is, but he keeps claiming she didn't have any friends. Then she does have friends. I don't know. That looks like a TikTok video, but I know that's on Instagram.
hold on.
Maybe she was just having fun with her friends or something. I don't know. I don't
Hold on.
know.
What's in the closet? Y'all see that?
She was in the closet.
No, the uniforms.
Male uniforms. Is that a male? That's the
Police.
uniform the man had on.
Police.
Wait a minute. Go to his picture.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
go to his picture. Wait a minute. Go to
Which
his.
picture? Which one?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Enlarged. I can't see that. But you know that wasn't her job, right?
Hold on. Let me.
She didn't work.
No,
Somebody
she
was
didn't
living
work.
there. I told you. I told you the father did it. Wait a minute, cause this might change, but I don't know whose
But the
house that
father,
is.
he would have had a key, I think, right? He bust the
Who's
door. I don't. This is.
I don't know whose house that
Oh
is.
well, then again, maybe he lied. I. Ooh, this doesn't make sense.
What does that say? What does that say?
It's that badge is police. I know that's what it says. I can see it that clear as that. That's a police
You sure
uniform.
that could
It
be
does.
Jack? That could
It
be. That
does
could
That's
be
say
your
no.
police.
security.
That's police.
No, it says
POIC.
no. Jack, look at the one behind it. The one behind it. Over. Go right there. It clearly
Mm-hmm.
says police.
Mm-hmm.
It clearly says, wow, wow, wow,
It does say
oh my
police.
God.
It does.
Oh my God.
Mm, mm, mm.
What?
Mm,
Jack,
mm,
let me tell you something, Jack. When I did the video that I did, because I posted this video, I posted something on her too. I recorded this, right? But it didn't make the cut because it kind of didn't fit into the color scheme that I was trying to work on, like that purple, you know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying,
mhm,
pink or whatever. So I
mhm.
didn't use that video, Jack, but I looked at that video and I was like, wait a minute, what are they doing? But the thing about it is, I don't know whose house that is, but Jack, yeah, Jack, yeah, yeah, that just validates everything we just said.
I see why she ain't got a man.
Because she's in the girls.
Oh,
Wow.
okay, Doki.
Wait a minute, wasn't that a uniform that the man that they said killed her had on? It might be a murder suicide then.
I didn't
Didn't
hear.
he have on the same blue uniform?
I didn't hear nothing about no uniform. I didn't hear anything like that one.
But I'm
I
saying
don't.
that picture that they showed, they only used his face, right?
Yes, that was the only one.
And they didn't.
and I don't know how we don't know how updated it is, and he doesn't have no criminal record. He's never been arrested, anything, traffic violence, what else, the typical bull crap, especially in
Sounds like a
Florida.
police. Sounds like he might be a police officer. He might be the one that's the police officer. I don't know. It has to be somebody that they know is the police officer.
Oh, she was wild.
She was. And I think, like I told you, the father was very angry about it. The father was angry. He's
Yeah, Dome
actually
looks like that.
he's
She was,
he's
she was,
relieved.
Dome, she was out there. She did a little bit of everything. She didn't hold back.
The father was relieved that she was killed. And he pretty
Don't
much
it sound
said
like
it.
he's relieved? Like
Yeah,
it's all over.
right. And he said for selfish reasons he wants it to be private, and then they
Because
turn
look
right
at
back
this,
around.
Nikki, look at this. Ain't no father want to see his daughter like that. Get the hell out of here.
No, nope. And he said they stayed into it because he was always, chastising her or something, he said. Yeah. Wow, wow,
I never
wow.
looked at
Just
the Instagram. I didn't see all of
just
this one.
solved the case. Oh no, I looked at the Instagram.
Dome said
Just
it's a
solved the
nice fake
case.
booty. Lord have mercy.
It's fake. It's not nice. That looks gross to me. She looked
That
like
ring
she
look nice. That
stank.
bracelet look nice.
Yeah, but she
Yeah,
gave it
this
to
doesn't.
herself.
This
She gave
doesn't
it to
make
herself.
sense. And all
None
these
of this is making
pictures.
sense. And I think
Yeah.
she's doing that stuff in her house. So the father is saying that nobody's coming to her house, but you're seeing all of these videos in a house.
In a house. And
And
you
they're
never
with
know these,
somebody.
Nick. You never know these cops, detectives. We probably thinking the same thing that we thinking, and they putting it together. They just got to get the proper evidence or stick to take
Right.
it to the district DA, because you
Right.
can't just go in and then you lose the whole case and this man just walks free, because they know something doesn't add up. Look at her, she's always butt naked. They know something about this does not add up.
Dome, you think that butt looks good? Y'all men like that stuff? Like, ew, that looks gross to
The butt
me.
is out of
To
proportion
me.
from the body, gentlemen,
It
but they love
it
it.
does not right. It doesn't match. Her
Hold
mother
on
had a
now. I
good
don't like it.
her
Man,
mother
you could
had a
take a
good
you could take
shape.
you could take a you could take a pin and bust that wide open.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. That's how stuffed it is. And it looks unnatural.
Yeah,
Do it a
doesn't
natural
matter.
way.
Her
Put on
legs.
some weight and hit the gym. Put on some
And
weight and hit the gym.
she's short too.
You
Yeah.
can
Look like
grow.
she
You
about.
Yeah.
can easily
If
grow
I'm
the butt.
5'5", she look like she about what, 5'2", something like that.
5'3" probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
5'3",
who's in the
5'2".
chat? Hey, Dome. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to
And the
everybody who
bushes,
listening.
hugs there. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
y'all.
everybody in the closet. Everybody in the closet. Shout out to y'all.
But the thing is,
Shout out to you.
we gonna hit that up Friday about what you talking about in the closet. Some of these
Oh,
people
okay.
up there talking about somebody's sexuality, but then you turn around, you got bust for doing the same thing.
Oh wow. Okay,
Ain't
that's
that something?
Friday, everybody. Stay tuned. Hit that
Ain't that
subscribe
right?
button.
Gonna run them
Okay,
down.
that sounds interesting. I hope, Dome, do you think we're on the right track? Everybody that's
Yeah,
listening,
Dome. What do
put your
you,
theories. Put your
Dome?
theories in
Do
the
you think?
Don't
comments.
get up on stage, don't get on my
Dome
stage.
probably he might be busy, might not want to get.
Oh yeah,
But
he might
Dome,
be working.
yeah, but Dome, real quick, do you what is your thoughts after tonight's commentary? Question is it different from what you thought before, now, or you didn't pay much attention? Jim can't make it.
You know
No,
what?
he can't.
I
Here
thought
we go, Dome.
things. I'm gonna say that when I first saw this, I never thought it was a murder suicide. And because of what everybody was saying, like there was so many stories that were circulating because at first they were saying oh, it was a robbery gone bad or her
Or she
pimp
got
got mad.
AIDS or something like
She
that.
got AIDS, she had lung disease, she had this, she had the global virus, whatever. And no, and I was like, that's just too many stories. Let me just wait a few minutes. And then when I saw the parents and they were just so convinced it was a stalker. And I'm thinking
Hmm.
to myself, they know too much. They're saying too much and nothing. How would they know? How would nobody is into their parents like that? I just don't believe what they're saying.
I just noticed with these male tubers out here that the type of males that all their life they want the popular head cheerleader. They never can get them.
Mhm. Mhm.
So they just hating on this person. They just want to say, "Oh, she had a John, she had this, and this is why she got killed." See how these women are? They be tricking and all this. They keep talking about the OnlyFans, OnlyFans, and
Right.
OnlyFans. Yes, people do some explicit stuff, but OnlyFans is
Yeah.
not all of that. Just some people use it for that one, so they just want to say, "Oh, she was on OnlyFans. She was out here. She tricking a guy. She was using for his money and whatever."
They just
Mhm.
mad. They just mad because they couldn't pay for it.
That's what I'm saying. They can't afford it,
Okay.
or they couldn't get that pretty girl, so they
Still
just
living
want to
in
take
their
it out.
mama basement. Hell,
That's why half of
eating
these
damn
guys,
microwave
Nikki,
burritos.
on these YouTube, I cannot listen to. Don't be bought these red pill, purple pills, all these pills. I don't, I just stay in my lane because the stuff they talk about is just
The
like
only
people's
pills I
pathetic.
take is zinc.
I know
Vitamins, yeah.
that's right.
Mhm.
Vitamins, right.
Yeah.
But y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. This
Okay.
has been wonderful. Get in the comments. Let us know. All right, this is Nikki Justice. I definitely gotta go. Thank y'all for inviting
Nikki,
me, Jack, Donna.
Nikki, you wanna
Thank you, Nikki.
shout out your channel?
Yes.
Oh, Nikki Justice on the run. Nikki Justice on the run. Just click the subscribe, like lots of videos over there. Lots of gossipy stuff, some information. Can't give out too much information because YouTube is really tripping right now. And I think they really kind of backed me into a corner with like the gossipy types entertainment stuff. So they really won't let me talk about the politics like I really want to. um, but
Yep.
yeah,
That's
we're
YouTube.
gonna figure this out. I think they're really putting us, our people, in a box, and I see that a lot of white women and other channels, should I say, are being allowed to speak on this situation that's globally happening right now, but our channels are not, and that's a big problem. Like the other day, Ike Shabazz, she's an attorney, and she was reading a letter, the approval letter, okay, nonetheless, and they gave her a strike for due to community violations, and her video was removed, and she's an attorney,
Wow. I don't know who this person is, but wow, I'm not surprised.
Let me
and she's
let me show y'all the OnlyFans list of people who are making money because I know
okay.
a lot of people want to claim that you make big bucks off of OnlyFans. I mean, there is some that do,
Well,
but
I think they did
uh,
that just to hype it up, like put the hype on it, but that it's really
Mhm.
not.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, but we want to give the facts up here on this. How
Okay.
it's calculated. Like I said, they calculate it, and like I said, this is
And
let me
she's
Black
probably not even on top 10, I bet you.
Bella Black China is number one actually. Um,
Okay.
she's number one, and she made about $15 million, $16 million.
Wow. I
Bella
can't
Thorne's number
imagine.
two. Cardi
Hmm.
B's number three. Tiger's number four. Mila Khalifa, who's a porn star, is number five.
Hmm.
Number six is Erica Mena.
Hmm.
Number seven is Pia Mia. I don't know who she is. Number eight, Safari. Used to be with Nicki Minaj.
Hmm.
Him?
Number nine is
He's with
Safari?
Eric. He's married
he's
to
with
Ew.
the
Erica
Anaconda.
Mena.
He's with the
He's
Anaconda.
married. He's
Yeah.
married to Erica Mena.
I don't know
And
why these women feel he's so cute because he look. Mm,
look,
No, honey, they're
Anaconda.
talking about his sweatpants, honey. Okay.
Anaconda.
mm.
Okay.
Oh well.
That's what's helping them.
I
Anaconda.
guess that's what like I like something look good around those sweatpants. But
Can you
hey, everybody have their
imagine a
taste.
husband and wife on OnlyFans? And Erica Mena is actually or was pregnant. Can you ew, that is
Don't did you
disgusting.
watch that reality show? Remember she was with Rich Dollars, that whole
Okay,
for
let
that
me
spell?
continue the
Oh,
list,
what?
and
Let
y'all
me
can
stop because I'm talking
commentate
too
on it.
much.
Go
It's getting late.
Megan Barton Hanson, she's an influencer. I don't know who she is, but she made $1 million. Casanova,
Mm.
Casanova 2X, who's number 10, who is, I think he's currently locked up.
Right. So how is he on OnlyFans?
Well, I
He's
guess
in the
he's
federal
doing porn,
prison.
I guess.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That list kind of sounds unreal. They have a married couple on there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah. OnlyFans is probably dying down. They're not interested in it like that because it's just a lot of things going on out here. But I gotta go, y'all. I know I said that already. So shout out to you, Jack, Miss
Thank you,
Donna.
Nikki. I'm gonna
Yeah.
email you, Nikki, because I want to touch base
Okay.
with you on something. But thank you. Love you, girl. Love you,
All
sis. Love
right.
you, love
Love
you,
you
love
too.
you.
Thank you. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Have a good night, Jack.
All right, you too, Nikki. Have a good one. Oh yeah, let me get a more extensive one. I'm sorry. Let me do this real quick. Because y'all got me interested in this OnlyFans stuff. Here we go. Here's the real list. Here we go. Here we go.
The real list. Okay.
Well, I would say the list.
Oh, okay.
Now, Black China's number 1. Then let's get to number 11, Chloe Khan, who's an influencer making millions of dollars. Caroline Calloway, another influencer. Ruby Rose, a musician. Alexis Texas is a porn star. Plastique Tierra, I guess she's plastic surgeon queen, TV. Farrar Abraham, Bale Delphine, Shania Perret, Carrie Katona, Jan Wolfie. Now, some of these are fitness people.
Okay.
Danielle Lloyd, Lexi Kai, I think she's another fitness person. Courtney Stodden, Shay Coley, some sister. Sonia Morgan, Doria Melly, Katie Salmon, Kaylee Marie, Erica Yvonne Rose, and Christian Lear. Like some guy, he's making, I think, $40,000. So you got the about the 30 that makes up the 40,000. And this is they claim this is projected per month earnings per month.
This is per month. Lord have
Mm-hmm.
mercy. Well, I'm not hating. If you could do it, go ahead. Just be
Yeah.
careful. Make that money. It's legal.
So, you got some of these, and a number are celebrities, people who already been established. Okay, people who've already, and these are the celebrity lists, and these are the other guest people. I guess those that could be earning millions if they signed up. These are people who they project they could earn millions if they signed up, but they haven't. But yeah, I mean, if you're not in this slot right here, you're not really making any serious money. I mean, that's just, regardless of how much they pay, some will pay women make a little something. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Don't hell, they make more money in the porn industry. A lot of them get into the porn hub and this hub and that hub. But
You're right, Don.
oh yeah, simps will pay regardless. You always gonna have somebody that's gonna pay for it. But if they talking about, oh, I'm making $1 million a year, you might want to check that, especially if they're not known. You might want to check the facts there. But like I said, it's unfortunate what happened to this lady. Right here. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up real quick. I hate what happened to her. I mean, Donna, seriously, and nobody would not want to lose a child this way.
That is so true.
And especially in a strange and controversial manner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Nikki brought out some points. You brought out some points about there's questionable about the credibility of the father, and of course I showed that video on Instagram with police uniforms in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, And it kind of gets you to wonder about, some questions, especially got police uniforms in the closet. I don't know if that was her house or her friend's house or whoever's house it was. It's very strange. And that's why I kind of said her father looks like a cop, because it did, the shirt did say Houston Police. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she dressed up as a police officer sometimes. I don't know, but it's kind of strange that, she was found in the closet, not, on the Instagram thing, with police uniform.
All I have to say is this is really sad and tragic what happened to this young lady.
Mm-hmm.
She did not deserve to die, no matter what.
No.
But there's a lot of missing links to the whole thing. If the garage door could have been open, how nobody else seen that? If that's the picture of the home, bright lights, people can know that's a little bit odd. The garage door is still open, honey. What's going on over there? And then he pops up at the house. It's just too many things doesn't add up. Too many things. Parents' emotions on the camera. I mean, yes, everybody handles death differently. We all know that. But this
Yes.
is your children, and this just happened just a few days ago. Now, if they was in an interview, let's say about like 15 years ago, I can understand. You've talked about so much, you're a little bit calm. Not saying you're not upset, but you're just a little bit more calm and talk. You can get things out without having to be so emotional about it. But look at their expressions, and it's just a lot of things just don't add up. You bust the door open. Bust the door open, okay. That's usually like if you're hearing screaming or something was just going on or whatever. But you bust the door open, yeah. You call people. It really doesn't add up. And one thing Nikki said, and have a point, and I agree with, we'll probably never know. They'll never really be fully investigated because two people's dead, and because of certain situations, they might not really follow up and really want to dig into it.
Mm.
Or maybe they're just quiet right now, Jack, because they don't want to put nothing out there. They want these people to bury themselves. Let them keep talking. They'll bury themselves while they'll get the coroner's report. They'll investigate and they'll figure out more to it. But there's a lot of lies floating around. That's all I have to say. And that's my closing thought on it.
All right. Yeah. It's you're right about it. There's a lot of questionable um, puzzles that need to be pieced together. And I believe the father knows more than what he is letting out. He's kind of let himself out a little bit because he said he's glad this was over with. I mean, what father would say I'm glad this is over with? Because obviously he had to move her 3 times, and he seems very embarrassed by his daughter. You know, in a way humiliated that his daughter is engaging in this activity. He sounds like a father that, when he hears her name in the street, he like, it's like, what now again? That type of mentality.
I agree.
So, it sounds um, very strange, but I'm gonna go ahead and close out on this. Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns in regard to this young lady's death? If anybody has
Uh,
any new
I will.
information,
I will
uh,
say one thing. Before we close out, thank you so much, Jack, for letting me you know, vent tonight, and thank you for Nikki for popping on here too. Thank you.
you don't gotta thank me. I mean, people want to come on and chat. And I know who y'all are. You ain't no troll up there trying to cause any trouble. Um, y'all more than welcome. But yeah, it's just a lot of. I think the father, when you move somebody around 3 times, you embarrassed. It's like every time when her name comes out in the street, he like, Oh God. You know, he sighs. It's like, damn, what's she done again? And he said on the first interview that she was crazy as hell.
Yeah, you caught that, right?
Yeah. And obviously she done gave her family a lot of trouble, allegedly. As far as, you know, being out there in the way that she is. And I know some guys in here may feel like, you know, she just being she's living her life, blah, blah, blah. Until you have a daughter, then you'll understand what the hell I'm talking about. Until you have a daughter, then you understand. Hey, you don't want your daughter's name out there in a negative light or in a light that is, you know, embarrassing. Come on. You won't want that. You want your daughter or your children in a positive light, not in a negative light. Don't want your children to embarrass you or you embarrass your children. It's just it doesn't add up. It really doesn't add up. And that police uniform kind of gave me a little thought about what's further down the line. Obviously, she didn't have a boyfriend. By the tales, she looks like she may not be interested in men in general. That's just me, based on the Instagram, based on she's does a lot of interaction with women more than a man. You know, if you can tell by the looks of it. So, you know, I mean, and you know, if they want to, if that person has that particular preference, and that's on them. But I feel, Donna, that there's more to this than what meets the eye. And I think the father, when him and his buddies went up there at 3:00 in the morning, I think they dig through some stuff, trying to find things, you know, because you know she got, you know, she has an OnlyFans account. I wanted they took her computer. I want they took her cameras. I want they took her phone, you know, stuff, photos and stuff like that may have X-rated stuff, or I don't know, maybe not. You know, embarrassing stuff, if you know what I'm talking about. You don't go up there at your dead daughter's apartment 3:30 in the morning to get stuff. What are you getting? That's what needs to be known. That's what needs to be said. Why isn't anyone questioning why the father and his buddies were up there at 3:30 in the morning getting stuff? I'll leave that to everybody else.
Great question.
But I'll be on tomorrow, car time, 8:00 p.m. Central Time. Oh yeah, we're gonna run. Hey, we're gonna run everybody down. We're gonna run everybody down. Because just like that stuff that came out, I'll talk about it tomorrow. Yeah. Boy, I tell you the truth. You know that. Hey, ye shall see the truth, and the truth shall set you free. What is done in the dark must come into light. That's what they say. What the Bible says. But hey, it is what it is. This is Jack Newtown. Email me, jackradioshow1@gmail.com. You got questions, comments, concerns. And Donnie, you would like to promote your show, please? Go ahead.
Donna just being real. My channel's about dating, love, relationship talks, relationships, and true crimes and passion. And I do emanation on dating and relationships. You're welcome to check out my channel. And thank you, Jack. Love you. And love you, Dome. Hugs and kisses. And Nikki, too. And the people that's in the bushes, too. Hugs and kisses to you. Thank you. Good night.
The people that hate me, but that's okay. I still love you. But all right. I'll see y'all next time, and I'll be back on tomorrow, 8:00 p.m. Central Time, and I hope to catch y'all right then. Y'all have a good night, and be safe, and stay Rona free, and you know, pray for a family. Seriously, I mean, well, I pray for those who really love her. But the father, I don't know about him. He's suspect. But again, this should never happen. No matter if she was taking your money or you was obsessed with her, you got no damn reason to kill a woman. What you obsessed over, or she may beat you out of some money. I'm not saying she did or didn't, but I'm just trying to lay everything out there or whatever. It's not worth it. Put it that way. It's really not worth it when it comes down to it. I appreciate everyone sticking with us, and see y'all tomorrow, Friday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Y'all have a good night.